Hi, good morning.
Good morning, sir.
Before it becomes good afternoon.
Yes, sir, for the 5 minutes that are left.
Yeah.
Sir, thank you so much, first of all, sir, for taking the time out today. And all right, so the people who have stood back, let me just very briefly tell everyone that so what you have actually been, so COVID has actually helped everyone who is in this class today a lot because Mohit sir was supposed to be in Ahmedabad today for some matters for the physical matters which were actually going on up till the start of January, and so it just so happened that this COVID second wave or third wave or whatever you want to call it, it just came. And sir, actually, but sir, I also appreciate your foresight, sir, because I remember very clearly that you had mentioned that it might so happen that you may not even be able to go.
Yeah. See, the condition, Keshav, has been all across. The second wave actually left us all a little scared.
True, sir.
And it's not just you yourself, but you have your family at home. It leaves a little, that fear is there, that lingering apprehension that you just may not be the cause of bringing problems for them. So that's why I had that doubt always.
But sir, considering the fact that this profession, sir, and considering how, so again, sir, we being young advocates, we have a relatively limited number of matters. I personally am talking about myself only. That we have whatever number of matters are there, that those are the matters, clients are also there. But sir, wherein advocates go to the stage, wherein sir, how you are that every single day that there will be any number of matters, everyone wants to meet you, everyone wants to have their case discussed or probably get some insights or some opinions on the matters. So that way is, sir, how do you feel, sir, is technology assisting also, or sir, is it a hindrance in that manner?
No, Keshav, I'll never say technology never becomes a hindrance. See, yes, there are certain issues. In fact, about a year and a half back, when during the first wave and lockdowns and subsequent to the lockdowns, I was asked this question when we were trying to get things done in the High Court, and our executive was working upon the aspect of taking care of things, trying to get things reopened, sanitized. All those SOPs were being formed and all. I was asked. I said, "This is an why don't we take it?" See, having sailed through, or having, let's say, put the word in more tersely, having survived this thing, we should take it as a lesson to be learned and an opportunity to be grabbed. So this technology of what we are doing today also is something which was there, but probably not tested in the way it is being tested now. Perhaps the IT areas in India had allowed us to be a little more aware about the technology, and our e-court system, which was functioning in the High Court, had already experimented this. It was only that we were a little skeptical what would happen in a situation where everything is to be done on this. Uh, we were not too sure about handling it. Perhaps your generation is much far adept at handling all this. You have texting thumbs, and you are faster on it to even adjust and accept it as a system. Uh, our generation and those elder to us are still in that bullock cart age, or maybe one can say the old cars, which were the carriages, the motor driven carriages way. We still are on the way, and judges our ages are still also trying to uh, get in grips with the system. It is technology may not be tiring for you, but it does sometimes tire us out because we are not used to looking at the screens for a very long time, and that too now with the files not coming to us in the physical form. And in the first wave, definitely it was a pain. Then slowly and gradually one got used to it. I wouldn't say I'm pretty much comfortable with it, but yes, I can survive with it. I
No, but
still am the old school.
you seem to be prepared with the entire setup, sir. That's in itself great. And sir, also, sir, you're very humble, sir. It's just too humble of you to say all such good things about such young advocates. Definitely, sir, but it will also be very important for us to give the time to learn and grow. And probably, sir, learning is obviously most important. At the end of the day, it's knowledge-driven occupation and profession.
Keshav, it's never too young to be, never too old to be learning anything, and never too young to experiment things. So you continue to learn. Perhaps in different areas we have more experience, and in technology area you people have more experience, because I was also, in fact, my adjustment to this technology was either by way of my juniors helping me out in learning it, or my own children trying to sort out things for me on the computers,
And
and
sir, I
and
can
whatever
only
and whatever limited accessories that were required, like this headphone and all. It was beyond me, except listening to music, which I used to do.
but sir, the clarity and everything is great. And also, sir, it must have been a privilege and a pleasure for every single person who has had the opportunity to assist you with any of these matters, because there is very limited assistance that can be offered to you. So if there was an opportunity for someone, it must have been a privilege and a pleasure.
नहीं नहीं, ऐसी बात नहीं है. That I think, don't over exaggerate things. Eh,
It
we are
is
we,
very
we
humble,
we
sir.
are not we are not infallible, and neither are we absolutely whole, fully complete.
So, sir, along with that, sir, again, so much to talk about. Actually, sir, I also wanted to. I was just thinking whether if that recent Supreme Court observation that for the use of mobile phones for trials.
They have already resigned from it. They've already retraced their steps. They've said that maintain the decorum. That observation actually came when there was a disturbance. But
It
then
was
the very next day, they realized that you can't hand over tablets and PCs to all the lawyers, and everyone can't afford. So they agreed. And the very next day,
a
the
very
judge
live
said,
example I want to quote to you, sir, because you're also the president of my bar. Sir, this is the mobile phone through which I am connected to through audio, whereas my laptop is right in front of me, but it is not giving me the audio connection for this particular class. So, sir, this is a very real world problem with this issue, and I hope that it will probably give you at least some fuel when this discussion
no,
in
no,
the
Keshav,
future.
you are absolutely right. I have myself experienced it in Supreme Court. I was, and in fact, one of my juniors who has joined, he would be a witness to it. This file had come. This was a very heavy file. It was a final hearing matter before Justice Chandrachud, and we were addressing arguments. The other side was addressing arguments. So I had my entire pleadings open on my laptop, on one laptop, and on the other computer, I was watching the briefing. Since my eyes were focused on the other one when I was hearing, the host, whoever the coordinators are at the remote point, thought and obviously I was working from my chamber. So in the high court, you'd have some kind of disturbance which was happening, and I was not having my earphones, or it was just that the one laptop was on, the other one I was watching. So kuch disturbance must have been going, or some noise they must have heard from the movement outside the chamber. They switched me off. I wrote to the host. I said, "What the hell?" He said, "You are using two devices." I said, "Is there a prohibition?" And this is all in the chat box. It's all recorded, must have been recorded. I said, is there a prohibition in seeing the pleadings on the another computer? Merely because my eyes are not focused on your screen doesn't mean that I am not allowed to use another thing. What the hell? Then he switched it on. I said, I am doing it from my chamber. I am not as lucky as you that you are sitting in the courtroom and doing it. You have a virtual system. What do I do? And this happened with me.
I can only understand. So if you are facing the front of it, then sir, it's fine if we have to face a little bit.
Actually, the thing is, the administrators forget that we are all evolving. We are infants in this technology. You can't expect a person. We are not the BTech and IITs from doing computer sciences. For 30 years, we do law. Hardly, probably 1% of the time we must have spent on the computers or the technology. Most
Definitely,
of the time,
sir.
at least our learning curve, when our learning curve was a little more steep and we were going through the rigors, at that struggling phase, we were only doing with books. We didn't have this Google core with us to give us the answers for everything. The search engines were not there. The SCC online was not there. So obviously, we are not used to the technology. We need to learn. अभी भी हमसे petition को scroll करने में बहुत दिक्कत होती है. On the when we want to go to a particular page, अब अपने notes में तो we have written page number 40, but to scroll it up, then we slowly learned from our juniors what is this bookmarking and this go to that bookmark, and then or on the top there is that place where you can write the page number. Bhai, how do you expect? I was not born with this technology. I have learned it after probably I graduated, and probably much after that. जब पहले पहले तुम लोगों ने तो देखा नहीं है वो टाइम जब कंप्यूटर किसी ऑफिस में लगना was a big thing.
So it is incomprehensible for us. Like, we just cannot imagine not having Google to assist us with our cases, not having Google, and actually physically having to look up every single book. At least the young generation, I am sure of that, sir, just cannot work. But sir, irrespective, sir, I'm thinking that probably we'll have to have another class for that. So, sir, we've already started with the time of this particular session. And sir, again, sir, it's always such a pleasure to speak with you that I can speak to you for hours, but I think it will be wrong if I deprive other people of this opportunity and privilege of having access to knowledge as seen from your perspective, sir. So with respect to that, to everyone, Mr. Mohit Mathur, he's the designated senior advocate. He is the president of Delhi High Court Bar Association. He is an alumni of St. Stephen's College. I believe everyone knows all of these things are in themselves the most premium and the most prime. Sir is a third generation lawyer. Sir's father, Mr. Dinesh Mathur, he was also designated senior and again a very reputed criminal lawyer. And many more things which we'll try to put in a brief about Sir on the website. But for the time being, for today's class, Sir is speaking on one very cliche topic actually, but at the same time a very distinguished topic, that what is a crime and who is a criminal. So with that, sir, Mohit sir, thank you so much first of all for taking your time out today. And I actually really am grateful that this class has happened, because since the first time we discussed this class and now to where it has come, it's been a great journey, sir, and having the access to you, so that's in itself the best. But now, so I forward that access to everyone else, and sir, I request you to kindly take forward the class.